Hello everybody, and happy day we signed a paper. What better way to not celebrate a holiday than hang out on the YouTube? But regardless of the regions or nationalities of my viewers, I'm here to bring you a themed episode of Listitis. Today is known in America as Independence Day, and I think it's the perfect day to do my top 10 time-consuming indie games. Get it? The theme of independence. A quick note though, before we begin. These are not my favorite indie games, even though some of my favorites make an appearance on the list. These are just my top 10 indie games that rip the time right off the clock. Enjoy! Number 10. Symphony. Now this is not an amazing game. I will come out and say that. It's a great take on the beat hazard music shmup formula, and it does a very good job of it, but what it isn't is anything new. The thing is though, it is massively time consuming, as most music shmups are, as you must shoot your way through your library of music. So I, as a fan of progressive rock and progressive metal, must shoot through 10 to 30 minute epics. It's pretty time consuming. Number 9. Game Dev Tycoon. This game has the innate ability of tearing time right from my days, whether it is a quick sit and play or a long session. The game has just what a person wants out of a game dev sim. It has charm, good mechanics, and loads of fun content. It also doesn't help that I'm currently doing a let's play of the game, but we'll leave that for you to watch on another time. Number 8. Don't Starve. Like most modern-day roguelikes, the word surrounded by massive quotation marks is that you can play them over and over again. While I do not agree with the modern definition of a roguelike game, I appreciate and adore the games that fall under that term these days. Don't Starve, as well as a few more later on the entries, are proof of this. I haven't even scratched the surface of this beautifully stylized game by Clay. I would say that not starving can take up quite a bit of time, wouldn't you? Number 7. Magicite. Oh yes, my latest addiction. That is of course excluding Shovel Knight. Magicite does what a platformer with crafting and survival elements should do. It makes you fear every hit you take, and good bejeebus do you take some hits. Obviously this list is as spoiler-free as I can make it, but let it be known that there are some particularly tough parts about this clever little title by Smash Games. In the first 3 days after Northern Lion convinced me to get it, I had over 13 hours in. I think that earns a spot on here. Number 6. FTL. I wanted this game to be higher on this list, and as I did a 16 episode Let's Play of it, it should be, but as you will find out, there was no room any further up. This game is another modern day roguelike-ish game, and even better, it is a space opera slash Firefly slash Star Trek sim. I love it. I cannot say enough words about how necessary this game is for any video game player. I've pumped so many hours into this game and I still have yet to beat the last boss, but I still want to go back for more every time. Number 5. Super Meat Boy. Not much explanation is needed for this little gem from a few years back. SMB was one of those most excruciating playthroughs of my life. I would venture a guess at around 200 hours of tryhard mode was needed to complete the full game on XBLA. And now I have it on Steam. Oh my god, I get to do it all over again. This game will pit you against the clock as you die and die and die again, trying not to just beat the level, but to get past the first part of that level. Number 4. Rogue Legacy. This wonderful game from Celador Games is so good. And by good, I mean hard. The challenge of this title wasn't the only thing that made it time-consuming, but also the fact that it has what we hardcore gamers love to call New Game Plus. Yeah, the harder game after the game. But also, it lets you move at your own pace. You could pass up fighting a boss for a chance to burn a few hours trying to upgrade yourself. It was a real clock cruncher. Yes, I just said that. Number 3. The Binding of Isaac. Isaac is phenomenal. There isn't enough hours in anyone's lifetime to put into this game. I personally know people who have completely platinumed, yes, 101%ed the game, and still play it, because it gives us what we thirst for. A brutally challenging, luck and skill-based dungeon crawler. That's a mouthful, and trust me, you will have plenty spewing from your mouth while playing this game. Number 2. Terraria and Starbound. I might get some hate for having these two fantastic time chewers occupying the same spot on this list, but trust me, they need to stand by one another. Both of these games are similar enough to where you can play one and understand the other, but so different that your eyes will widen plenty of times throughout each. The feeling of digging and digging without ever ceasing because of the sense of exploration is something that can't be put into words easily. Many a time, even earlier tonight, I was trudging onward into the mysteries of the depths with a full inventory because the suspense of what may lie ahead was just too tantalizing to pass up. Play them both, and you will be a happy person. And number 1. Spelunky XBLA. Need I explain this game's appearance? I really do not think I need to. I've talked enough in my videos about how many hours I have spilled into the wonderful game that is Spelunky. This is a heavy contender for both my greatest video game of all time and also the most enjoyable video game of all time. I could go on and on about this greatly rewarding and yet somehow at the same time deeply punishing little platformer, but I think by now everyone should have an understanding of how much this game really means to me. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Listitis Video Games. I really hope you enjoyed my picks for this list, and comment below letting me know what you thought and what your most time-consuming indie games are. Always remember to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling awesome. You guys are amaze-tastic, and until next time, catch you later.